For almost 100 years, White Memorial Medical Center has served as a beacon of hope and a responsible neighbor to the people of Los Angeles. Our mission is to be a family of caring professionals, serving our community with a passion for excellence, a spirit of Christian service, and a commitment to medical education.
The mission statement is not just something on paper or on brochures that we publicize. It is something that we believe. It is something that we live every single day.
And if I condense what our physicians and our employees believe our mission to be, it is, we are a family of people who cares for the health of our community.
We live our mission through 6 guiding principles, values that go straight to the heart of why we're here.
As a White Memorial employee,
I pledge to uphold the hospital's values as a Christian organization by living these six guiding principles
as I do my job every day.
I will take personal responsibility to ensure the safety of patients, co-workers, and all others I come in contact with while at work.
The most important thing is ensuring the safety of our employees that help us accomplish the task for the patients. If I don't guarantee that they're safe, then I certainly can't guarantee that my patients are safe.
Each of us has a responsibility to create a safe environment.
Here at White Memorial, it is like a big family, and the community is part of our family. For myself, it is more important that if I happen to bump into this patient anywhere, in hospital grounds or outside hospital grounds, that I'm not ashamed of the treatment that was provided to them.
I will reach for the highest standards in my work.
My definition of high standards is giving your best, being your best, and doing your best.
A community hospital, and particularly an academic teaching hospital, always has to aspire to provide the highest standards.
The Word of God calls us to live at a higher standard, to turn the other cheek, to go the extra mile.
I always think that if it were me, I'd want everything to be absolutely perfect, and that's just what I strive to do.
We want to do our best. We want to shine, so when we go home, we can say, I gave everything I had for that day.
Good morning, Anna. How are you today?
When I see a patient come back and they have this big smile on their face and you know, this little card or something, and they all just want to come over and give you a little hug, it makes you feel good inside. And how can you not want to do a good job for something like that?
My dad used to work here. He was an employee here almost 25 years. And one day, Thanksgiving weekend, he took ill with a stroke. Had him over here in the hospital. He was here about a month, and he passed away. And the compassion was just stunning. I mean, I was blown away by everybody that helped my dad. I saw the way they treated people, the way they treat me and my families, the way they treat everybody. And when I see other families in the same situation, the compassion I feel is overwhelming sometimes because I know what they're going through.
I will be honest in all things.
Honesty in the workplace is very important because all you have is your word. If you don't do what you say you're going to do, you lose your credibility.
How are you doing? Is there anything I could do for you?
They may ask you something as little as, can you bring me a cup of water? And if you don't come with that cup of water or that cup of ice or that small thing that they wanted, you're already building a distrust.
Honesty means to me is being faithful, being responsible for what the things that you committed that you're going to do.
Part of being honest is being transparent to your staff, to your patients, and to your community. It's about communicating honestly with them about what goes right and what goes wrong.
If you be honest, things is going to turn out right.
I will provide services that my customers say are excellent.
There's a part of us that is the being, which is the mission and who we are at White Memorial. But I think the excellence is tied to the doing. It's what we do.
So it's about paying attention to all those little pieces and making sure we execute them flawlessly. That allows us to achieve excellence consistently.
I take customer service very, very passionately. It's just treating that person like the important person that they really are.
It's you personally taking ownership for that excellence and making sure that something happens and not be dependent and say, oh, someone else will take care of that, or it's not my job. It's all of our jobs.
I remember a particular story that sticks out in my mind, and it reminds me the purpose for what I do. This particular patient, the reason she ended up in the hospital emotionally was because she had lost her son in the war in Iraq. The helicopter had been shot down. And that same year, she had also lost one of her other sons. So at this point, she was in pain, lonely, and just about giving up on life. When she was discharged, about 2 weeks later, she came to the hospital and provided me with a letter to prove how grateful she was for the hospital being there for her and for the staff, and how everyone treated her like a human being with compassion, respect, and integrity.
My family and I want to thank you for everything you have done for us in a time of great need. Life will never be the same for us, but I hope you know you have made a difference in our lives. You have gone out of your way in every sense, and we will never forget your kindness.
She felt grateful that through the crisis emotion she was going through the loss of her son, someone cared that didn't know her. And it wasn't about the money. It was about her spiritual being and her inner peace that she was able to find with us. And that's something that I will always cherish.
I will use all resources responsibly and efficiently.
We're an inner city hospital. We provide incredible care to a community that really needs us. But we also know that resources are tight. So on every given day, we need to be responsible and be careful about how we spend our resources so that we can make sure we're here in the future.
One of the things that I've tried to do in my service line is help the clinical staff understand how much it costs to have a heart surgery. And on the business side, for them to understand a physician being able to have the ability to use a certain product.
It's important to me because I want my unit to function the best that it can.
It's how I live my life. I don't know how to do it any other way.
I will treat others with the same compassion and respect I would want my family to experience.
To work at a place that has compassion and respect is awesome.
We're here to serve, bottom line.
Part of being compassionate is making sure we always look at the experience from the patient's perspective. It's about realizing that from their perspective, things are very scary. And so we want to make sure we give them that extra smile, that we give them that extra touch, so that they understand that we care about what happens to them.
It gives me a feeling on the inside that I wouldn't want to treat you in any different way than I would want you to treat me.
I treat everyone as a family member because if my loved one was laying in that bed or if I was laying in that bed, I want to know what was going on. You know, can you bring me a warm blanket, cover me up, close a curtain? You approach everybody with respect.
How you doing? Good, good, good. It goes all back to trust and taking care of everybody, making everybody happy. That's basically the name of the game for me.
You have the love and respect and the compassion that a family shares with its members. And I see that firsthand at White Memorial.
The guiding principles of White Memorial are alive and well every day.
By our employees embracing the high standards that we have established, it will propel us to continue into the future.
Our employees and our physicians have a personal sense of mission, and it matches that of the hospital. And that has been repeated over generations.
My beginnings at White Memorial were the time the doctor spanked me on the bottom. I was born here. My mother and father trained here and worked here. I trained here as a resident and medical student. And as long as I am able and God directs me, I hope to make this my professional home for the rest of my career.
This is a wonderful place to work in. It's a wonderful organization. It's been here for close to 100 years, and we look forward to continue to the next 100.
For all of us who serve as part of the White Memorial family, our mission and guiding principles offer daily inspiration and lead us back to that ultimate question: who will care for our families? Who will reach out to our community? Who will bring hope and healing to those we serve?
I will.
I will.
I will.